Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Two Wheels Paradise. This is Meshach, and here we are to discuss motorcycle. It's another day that we have another very beautiful motorcycle. As you know from my previous video, I told you that we have just landed another brand new model of Tekken. You all know the Tekken 250. Now we have a smaller one that is coming in a different design. The Tekken 200 looks more off-road oriented, and here we are to start understanding what it is, what it is offering. So welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed, I request that you hit that subscribe button. Give me that gift of subscribing to my channel. Also remember to communicate with me in terms of liking my videos and also commenting. Give your feedback about the videos I post, what you think about them, maybe what you might think I need to improve so that I can continue serving you better. This is Meshach. Welcome. Let's talk about this baby, the Power Tekken 200 Discovery. Here we have the Tekken 200. It's actually called the Power Tekken 200 Discovery. It's a basic off-road oriented motorcycle coming with a single cylinder 4-stroke engine which is air cooled. We do not have the oil cooler like in the Tekken 250. This one is purely air cooled. Yeah, it's not so much of a speed bike according to the figures we have from the manufacturer, of which I am going to personally test this bike on Kenyan roads, Kenyan terrains, take it everywhere until we can prove what the manufacturer is telling us and what we are getting on the ground. So right now we do not have a lot of details about the bike. We have not verified anything about it because it is just new, just came into the country. But I can tell you a few things that the manufacturer has submitted to us as to confirm what they are selling us. The power in terms of horsepower is 17 horsepower for a 200cc off-road bike, single cylinder. It is not so low. It is within the range of other, even some Japanese off-road bikes of the 200cc single cylinder class. It has a torque of 18 Newton meters at around 6,000 RPM. One thing I like about this is the power comes at the mid-range RPMs, not so high like some other bikes that we see 8,500 RPM. That is where the power is. This one is giving us the peak power at the mid-range RPM, 6,000 RPM, somewhere around there. That means riding this bike off-road, commuting with this bike on the streets, you still feel the power. You don't have to rev the bike so high for the bike to respond. That is something I love. But I'm going to test it on the ground and I'm going to confirm to you what this means. 17 horsepower and 18 Newton meters of torque. Something else I'm loving about these figures is that the first Tekken we got into this country, the first 250cc Tekken that we got, was way below what we are getting in the 200. The power was below what we have now. So if this is what we are getting, we could be getting a better Tekken than the 250 that we had from the start. Something else, the speed is estimated to be top at around 115 to 120. Again, for a 200cc single cylinder off-road bike, this is enough. I'm not saying this is the best, I'm only saying it is enough. It is enough. It's a 200cc single cylinder off-road. Mark the word off-road. It is not a street bike. This is not a street naked. This is not a sport. So to compensate on the low top speed, you get a lot of advancements in terms of suspension, in terms of braking, in terms of handling, because this bike is supposed to take you off-road. The ground clearance is supposed to be better than a street bike. So what happens, and one thing I would like you to understand is, bikes are given power and speed according to where they are supposed to be used. This is an off-road bike. Definitely you're going to use it on the streets, going to work, traveling up country, going to wherever you want to go, but do not come with a mentality of I want speed. Even if you go to the Japanese bikes, the big names that you know, 200cc bikes have almost this power I am talking about, and their speed, the top speeds are almost the same. They're almost the same. So I want you to do a little research and understand what I'm saying. Off-road bikes, even the 650 single cylinders, their speeds are quite low. You find that a 650 single cylinder off-road bike is topping at around 140, 145, and it is a 650. Whereas if you go to the sport bike community, a 650 will give you 220, 230, but this one is giving you only 145. Why? Because it is meant to take you somewhere the sport bike will not take you. So remember that part. 120 kilometers an hour, just give it 100. Do not even go to 115. Don't test those top speeds. You're going to enjoy what you're going to get. I'm going to test this myself, and I'll show you in video with evidence of what we are getting. So right now we cannot question things a lot. We have not tested the bike on the ground. These are the figures we are getting from the manufacturer. Definitely this bike has an electric start. Yeah, electric start. So it's better. You don't have to kick the bike every morning, every other time. We have electric start. It runs on the CDI system. It is a carburetor bike. It doesn't have an ECU. There's no computer in this bike. It's a CDI bike, carbureted, single cylinder. Idling, it's around 1,400 to 500 there when it is landing properly. So if you find the idling too low, there is the idling screw at the carburetor down there. You can adjust and make it stable. If it is too high, you know what to do. Again, you don't have to adjust that screw. The idling itself tells you when the bike is running okay and when the bike is not running okay. If something is wrong with the bike, the idling will go so low and die. All the idling is going to be erratic, high, low, all over the place, or it is going to be stuck so high. So if the idling is above 1.5, then you should look at what is going on. Maybe your shock is engaged, something. The tank is coming at around 16 liters. This is what the manufacturer is telling us. I am going to prove to you whether it is right or it is wrong. When I start riding this bike later in this week, I am going to show you exactly what is going on. 16 liters of tank, and the bike is craving to have around 40 kilometers per liter. 40 kilometers per liter is a lot of mileage. For those people who have been riding bikes, you know very well, 40 kilometers per liter is a lot of mileage, a lot of it. The wheels are coming spoke because, as again I told you, it is an off-road oriented motorcycle. We have 1990 by rim size 19, 1990 by rim size 19 to the front. To the rear, we have 110, 70 or 110, 80. Those are the ranges that you can use. 110, 70 or 110, 80, and the rim is size 17. So if you want to change from the tires that this bike is coming stock with, you can get 120, 80, 17, which is going to be so good. 120, 80, 17. 120, 80, 17. Those are the tires that most off-road bikes use. Although this one is coming with 17-inch rim, some other bikes you will find they use 18. Rim size 18, but this one is coming 17. Okay. Proper off-road bike. Looking at the ground clearance, perfect. You cannot hit anything with that engine. You cannot hit anything with that engine. The bike is coming with crash guards, already stock. Something else that I love, crash guards are coming stock. This bike is coming guarded. Your fingers are guarded with that plastic crash guard, a hard guard I mean, which you can change if you don't like the design. However, these ones are coming with indicators, so I would suggest you keep them because they are coming with indicators. But if you have another option, a better option, you can get stronger metallic with plastic guarding hard guards that are used in the giant ADVs. They're going to fit. Remember, off-road bikes need those hard guards because when you go off-road, there is a tendency you can hit something. You can hit a twig, you can drop the bike by mistake, your fingers are going to get hurt. Something else, they guard the levers, the crash lever and the brake lever. They guard them. If you drop the bike, they guard them. You don't want to go somewhere in Logonot, somewhere in Gong Hills or Suswa, or you are somewhere in Mount Kenya. Just a small slide and you drop the bike and your crash lever is broken and you cannot light that bike from there. It's going to be a disaster. Some few things that can make you get stuck in very, very unusual places. So you need those hard guards. Crash guard for the engine and the plastics, perfect. You need that one. So this bike is offering you things that you should have bought as extras. Okay. The dashboard is so modern. I love it. So modern. So modern. I love it. If you look at the design, I love it. You remember the other Tekken that we were talking about? The 2024 250 version has a very beautiful dashboard. And this company that is designing Tekkens, they are improving things day by day. And I'm starting to love what I'm seeing. The dashboard is purely nice stuff. It has a lot of information from the fuel gauge, to the RPMs, to the speed, to the gear. And remember, this motorcycle has 6 gears. Most 200cc off-road bikes, a lot of them, the big majority, have 5 gears. The Tekken 200 has a 6 gear. 6 gear helps you to relax the bike, okay? By reducing the RPMs. It is not to increase the speed, helps you reduce RPMs. When you want to stabilize at maybe 100 kph, you can reduce the RPMs by engaging gear 6, the bike will relax. It also improves the handling. If there is any vibrations from the engine because the bike is small, they are reduced by gear 6. And also the fuel consumption is reduced by gear 6. So gear 6 is very, very important when you're riding a motorcycle. Yeah, it helps a lot. Most of the times gear 6 don't even increase speed, even in super bikes. The 1000cc bikes, they can reach their top speed on gear 5. Most of them, they'll get there by gear 5, but they still have a gear 6 to help the engine relax and maintain that speed. So this one has 6 gears and I love it. It is coming with the USB port for charging already installed in the bike, so you don't have to go cutting the wires and getting aftermarket stuff just to get a charger. And remember, if you are a person who goes off-road or rides for long distances, you need that charger. Maybe you have a GoPro, you need to recharge it, your batteries are going down. Maybe you have a phone that needs to be charged. A lot of things that need the 12 volts USB port. So this one is coming stock with it. And also remember, the Vogue has it, the other Tekken has it. Very, very important. And I love it that these guys are starting to listen. The manufacturers, they are starting to understand the few things that make riding experience better. Yeah, this bike is coming with windshield stock, not like the Tekken 250 that you get the windshield as an extra. This 200 is coming with a windshield, and that windshield, even if it looks shorter, smaller, do not despise it. It has a lot of business being in front of you. Not only to guard you from wind, also to guard you from flying objects. I know this because I have been riding for over 10 years. Windshields don't only guard you from wind, they guard you from flying objects. They stand in front of your chest and they guard you from a lot of things. I have been guarded by windshields from rocks. Rocks. You're following a truck, maybe in a construction zone, then a rock comes flying. It can hit you in the chest, and it might not injure you because you are supposed to be riding with padded jackets and riding gear. It might not injure you, but it can imbalance you and make you go down. It can surprise you and make you go down. If something hits your chest when you're riding, you have very, very high chances of going down. So that windshield coming stock, perfect. It is also guarding the dashboard. If anything comes, the dashboard is guarded. Okay? So there is a lot of business in that windshield. A lot of business. It also guards your helmet visor from being dirty, especially when you are riding in the rain. You're following vehicles and they are splashing water all over. That windshield traps a lot of dirty water before it hits your helmet and makes your windshield dirty. So having that, perfect. This bike comes with alarm system. It has an alarm system. Okay? So you are not buying alarms after markets and stuff. And actually, even the other Tekken 250 has an alarm. Very, very important because of your security. And not only security from people trying to steal your bike. Even kids in the estate, in wherever you park your bike, people interfering with your bike. Sometimes you come and find people have already interfered with your fuel lines. Someone went down there and pulled something. I have seen these malicious acts being done. I have been a victim myself. Someone pulling out a fuel pipe and draining a whole tank of petrol down. I have seen it. But when you have an alarm, someone will touch the bike and it's going to start screaming. Trust me, they are running away. So it doesn't always protect the bike from thieves. It can also protect your bike from sabotage. Yeah. Kids are playing in the estate, they are climbing on your bike. They can get injured if they drop it, or they can drop the bike and break something. The first moment they realize it is screaming, they will not touch it again. So the alarm system is very, very important. This bike is beautiful, as you can see. Remember, in today's video, we are not giving any review. We are only giving the details of what we have so far and what you can see physically. Looking at the bike, it is a beautiful bike. Very, very beautiful bike. I want to take this bike out as from mid this week, maybe from around date 10. That is going to be Thursday of this week. I want to pick one unit and take it out and now start telling you what I experience as a rider. Okay, what I experience as a rider. And later on, as we continue adding mileage, I'm going to give my professional review of the motorcycle. Tell you what I feel is a hit, what I feel is a miss, what should be improved in the next batch, the next generation, or if the bike needs to be done away with completely. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to advise the dealer, because that is the business I have with them, to advise them as a professional on what they should improve. So see you around. See you next time. Stick around. Today's video was about the technical specifications and just looking around the bike. As you can see, I'm recording outside a warehouse. This is the first unit that they have been able to finish assembling. So we have not even gotten to any road yet. We are outside the warehouse. We are just in the process of assembling the bike and testing if things are working the way they are supposed to be assembled. Later on, we take the bike to the highways. See you around. God bless you and keep you. And remember, this is Meshach and I appreciate you. Please subscribe to my channel, Two Wheels Paradise. I want to build this channel into something very, very huge just because of you. Because I value you and I want you to learn everything about motorcycles. We have so much lined up for you, so don't forget. Subscribe and stay safe. I'm out of here. See you around.